The woke weirdos are completely, totally freaking out at the Walt Disney Company, and all it's about is Bob Iger turning the company about and moving in a different direction. A, shall we say, moderated approach now, and pulling it out of the culture war. But they shout, "You're Bob Chapek 2.0. You are no longer the mousy messiah, but rather you have us sighing in full-blown depression." Today we'll tell you what's pressing on the Walt Disney Company internally. The leaks are beginning, and Bob Iger is hated by those who loved him so. Hello folks, welcome back to the Pro Channel. We as ever endeavor to explain entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve is what we do, and we cover the wackos, the weirdos, and those who cheer on the destruction of our favorite franchises, exposing them to the sunlight they need so that we can bring them back to the mainstream middle, the sensible center, where money is made. Folks, as we get ready to get started, click the like button. We'll tell you why Bob Iger is one hated man, one bad hombre at the House of Mouse, as those under him are ready to lead a mousy mutiny. Here we go. All right, folks, let's get started. It's out of Deadline, and it's by Dominic Patton. Dissent grows at Disney over perceived capitulation to Trump as DEI initiatives diminished. Here is the article. Oh my gosh, is it good?
I'm sorry, but that quote in the next section is just...
Recent bends by Disney related to a court battle and diversity programs that appear to appease President Donald J. L. Trumpo and the MAGA crowd has left the home of the self-described happiest place on earth not so joyful for some staff. Well, welcome to what it was like to be anybody else, dear Disney. The moves at Disney come amid a hard push by the new Trump administration to end DEI initiatives. In addition to defunding and banning such programs in the federal government, there have been widespread actions by Trump and his team against media companies, including Trump's now $20 billion lawsuit against CBS and the FCC launching an investigation into Comcast policies to end the scourge or scourge, depending on how you say it, of DEI. Folks, we've told you before, I told you on this channel that the CBS thing was a big deal because it's scaring the living daylights out of the legacy media. Not only that, but they're defunded. Here's the quote. "It's like Chapek on steroids," one Mouse House insider exclaimed. A nod to the don't, I'm not saying it, folks. I'm so tired of seeing the propaganda term. You know I'm tired. Yep. A nod to the parental rights and education law stumbled in 2022 by Disney's short-term ex-CEO Bob Chapek. No deadline. He had it right. Bob Iger's decisions with that particular law cost Disney $1 trillion over a century, as estimated by legal expert Andrew of Jonas Legal Mindset. Here's what it says. So Bob Iger made that big mistake. Deadline still blaming on Chapek. Yeah, right. After the now Bob Iger-run media giant unveiled shifts this week in its much-touted diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. In a memo to Global Staff Tuesday, Disney Human Resources Chief Sonia Coleman asserted that the changes and other related moves were intended to line up with self-declared business goals and company values. Though under discussion for almost a year internally, sure they were. Well, you know what? Lots of things are under discussion, right? Almost anything you can imagine is under discussion. The latest in a perceived series of walkbacks by Disney under Trump 2.0 was a hard pill to swallow for many staffers across various divisions of the company. Calling the present state of diversity initiatives at Disney uncertain, the insider added, "What's next? Where do we go from here? What do we stand for now? Keeping MAGA happy? This is not what I expected from Bob. Not from Bob. Not from our mousy messiah. Dang, it's hot, Bob. I thought he had ours and the hippos' backs." All right, panel. It turns out Bob Iger is not who they thought he was. It turns out he likes his yachts a lot. He never was a virtue signaler. Anything else beyond just being the signaler part of it.
He's not half the lib they used to be. There's a shadow hanging over he.
Is Iger truly Chapek 2.0? Is this warranted criticism from the left? And are they finally facing a change at Disney, or is this much to do about little?
Well, the people seem to be of this mindset that companies didn't need to make money. And it's what kind of baffled me, where so many of us saw it, where it's like, even if the company's set with this one political mindset as a whole, you can only wear that on your sleeve for so long before you lose a large portion of your audience. It's like, even me with running the company that I'm running, we try and stay less political, but it's like, you're going to polarize yourself to some degree, and Disney was way too big and had way too much of a footprint to do something like that and not just torpedo themselves into the ground. I don't know why these people thought that they could just keep running with this forever.
They thought they could keep running this forever because they thought they would be bankrolled by, I don't know, Vanguard, BlackRock, all these different places, right? And remember, Bob Iger himself had political aspirations of his own, so it's like, oh, let's go ahead and take the company in this direction. Now we know that was all, a farce, because Bob Iger really wasn't into it all that much. He was just looking at the political winds and where they blew, and we're going to go ahead and blow along with them. And he did say before, when he, got back into the seat at the Disney CEO level, that he was almost chastising his creative leads, saying, yeah, we should really, watch the messaging in our products and in our movies and so forth. That it's more important about the stories we tell, not necessarily about the messaging we are producing right there. Now, a lot of us kind of thought that was like, yeah, well, that's also right now. This is all institutionalized, and it's going to be really hard to walk back from that. We're now seeing that because, well, the Donald Trump administration has decided to sign a big executive order now saying, hey, look, listen, we're going to go after these companies who propagate what is effectively discrimination at the work level. So that's interesting. And yeah, I mean, like you said, Blaine, they were interested in making money. They were interested in not losing their entire audience right there. Now that the political winds have shifted so readily, with the election results and everything else, it's like, okay, we're going to back away from this now. Big league. Go ahead, John.
I'm going to throw this in here real quick. I went to the investor relations page because I was going to show what their leadership makeup is. But Captain America, Brave New World, obviously front and center there. If you look at their leadership, which maybe it'll update now while I'm trying to bring this up.
Hard to pay for those servers without all that government money, eh?
Right. Tanisha Agramonte, who was the replacement for Latondra Newton, who was in charge of Reimagine Tomorrow.
May her jewelry Etsy store do well.
Right. She left suddenly to focus on other things, and the only other thing that we've been made aware of is a jewelry business with suspiciously high-priced goods on it. The person who replaced her is Tanisha Agramonte. She was not the one who made the announcement. The one who made the announcement was Sonia Coleman. And I would say that Sonia Coleman she's not based. She's not anti-woke. I'll say that very clearly here. But it was the HR head who made this announcement, not the person who is supposedly in charge of Reimagine Tomorrow here, their chief diversity officer. I'd be very nervous if my title had diversity in it right now in the current political landscape.
What if I told you, though, keep that on the screen for just a minute, Jonas. What if I told you, though, it's getting ugly now, and it's all being aimed at Iger from the fuchsia hair-colored hair club for men no more out of Disney? What if I told you that there are people now insinuating that poor Bob 2.0, he's racist. Can you believe this? He was supposed to be. He was their man. He was Mr. Perfect. He was the corporate embodiment of the left. Now he's a racist. Take a look at this. Out of the same article, we're just going down a little bit more. Deadline, that is. Add to that the usually front and center Iger's low-key presence Tuesday night at the Hollywood premiere of the somewhat politically charged Captain America Brave New World. Further deepen the anxiety some inside Disney have felt since Trump's return to the White House. Briefly, only briefly, on the red carpet with wife Willow Bay and a guest, Iger was later seen was seen later in the evening inside the Chinese theater in an aisle seat before the screening of the Julius-directed Marvel tentpole, but it was unusual for Iger. Unlike his December 20th appearance at A Complete Unknown premiere at the Dolby Theater, there are no photos of the CEO with Captain America lead Anthony Mackie, the cast or creatives last night. Do you know what the insinuation here is? Bob Iger is afraid to be in a photo with a man of a darker skin color because of El Trumpo. It's insidious in multiple ways, but Bob Iger is finally facing the wackadoodles who will whack you with horrible pejoratives in a moment's notice.
Now, hang on a second. He was just worried that those photos would go viral in China. So yeah, I think he was really looking out right there. Actually, I think I can hear people within Burbank right now. Let me see.
You were the chosen one.
Well, apparently not. Go ahead, Blaine.
I just want to bring up that Bob Iger, it's been a feather in his cap, and he brings it up in almost any conversation that he has with a media person, that he said that Black Panther, there'd never been a major superhero film with a black lead, as if people weren't, as if comic book fans weren't lining up for the idea of a Black Panther film. He said that he had to get rid of Ike Perlmutter before they could do Black Panther. A patently ridiculous statement when it comes down to it. And he often, even when he was talking about January 6th, he would still bring up the fact that he greenlit Black Panther, as if those two events have anything to do with each other. And now he has, because they have made a concerted effort here into making Anthony Mackie not just a star, but they want to make him, he's the Black Star. Black Star was the other character in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Forgive me on that one. They want it to be an integral part of his character, not that he is a superhero, but that he is a black superhero. So for Bob Iger to not come out and make it all about that makes one of those sound disingenuous to me.
Well, politically speaking, they're talking about him running for mayor of LA or for governor. Do you know what the latest polls show the number one person in the running is for governor of California? Kamala. Absolutely true. Okay. And meanwhile, so maybe he's thinking, oh, God, they closed that off to me.
It's like a foreign country at this point.
Meanwhile, let's remember they eat their own. And just when you think, they'll do something and that'll be the end of the silly, today, or I guess maybe it was yesterday, one of the major Congress ladies said in a hearing about manufacturing and bringing it back to America that maybe women didn't want to participate in manufacturing jobs because the word man is in the word. Honest to God.
Let me give you guys.
I got something to say there. Men don't want to participate in manufacturing jobs. That's what the money is for.
So let me give you guys something that's going to make you a little disgusted, I believe, that's in this Deadline article towards the bottom. Let me read it to you. Even closer to Trumpland, and perhaps more fraught for Disney. Former The Mandalorian star Gina Carano's trial against the House of Mouse for her 2021 firing from the Star Wars TV series starts September 29th. With no indication of a settlement at hand, the former mixed martial artist's sex discrimination and wrongful dismissal lawsuit is being backed and paid for by Elon Musk. Unsuccessful in its attempts to get the matter dismissed, Disney and its Daniel Petrocelli-led legal team continue to insist that Carano lost her high-profile job because of her decision to make some anti-Jewish statements.
Right.
How's that? A star, however, and by the way, Deadline doesn't come back and give the alternative view of that. It doesn't give Gina's position. That's disgusting. A star in MAGA.
This is an op-ed.
Right. This is just gross. It goes on to say, a star in MAGA circles. No, she's a star at every convention she goes to with hours and hours of wait times to see her. And that's because people love Gina. Carano has claimed she was not trivializing, that she has a right to express her opinions, and that she was being forced to apologize for things she never did or said. The trial is sure to bring a lot of internal Disney correspondence and material into the public, but this is why I'm reading it, folks. Despite the fact that I think they color this in an inappropriate way and connect Carano specifically to a political movement that I'm not sure she's any, I'm not sure about that. Here's where we get into what they're confirming for us. They're confirming essentially what we've been telling you for now months and years. The trial is sure to bring a lot of internal Disney correspondence and material into the public. Material that will surely attract Disney critics. Kathleen Kennedy? Bob Iger? You know, a lot of this stuff that's coming out from the U.S. government now, it might look similar if we get to the discovery phase of that. And Deadline and the rest of the trades, now they're starting to talk about Gina.
Okay.
Now they're starting to talk about Elon. Despite the fact that they color it incorrectly,
But
they can't ignore it anymore.
Let
But
me say something here.
diversity is a
Go ahead, Lou.
skill.
What? Oh, yes, that's right, Lou.
Diversity is a skill.
All right,
Okay.
Go ahead, Jonas. Go ahead.
When they say it'll bring out the Disney critics, and you know, I don't want to put us up as the number one in that space. It might be the case, depending on how you view it here.
We criticize when it's appropriate. We praise when it's appropriate.
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Night
to criticize.
we gave them an 8.2 on their recent Spider-Man stuff. When we review Captain America, we'll review it fairly. Disney has dropped something like half of their value since 2021 and 2022.
Despite merging with other companies at the same time.
That doesn't happen unless you have a very sick corporation in need of medicine. And folks, you and we are the medicine they need.
I agree with that. I'm just thinking when they say Disney critics, I'm trying to think of a single trade out there that is actually critical of Disney on any level, because it's definitely not Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or Variety. They're all owned by the same company. Maybe the Daily Wire. They have to be thinking about all of us scrappy new media types out here.
Yeah, they're definitely separating us out. I would feel. And Daniel Petrocelli led legal team. Yeah, it really worked out for that case in Florida, right, with Ron DeSantis and everything like that. Oh wait, work out. Oh wait, no, they got the case dismissed, right, because of that First Amendment argument that Daniel was. Nah, it didn't work out either. So we'll see how this goes. But it's really interesting that they bring this up, because we know that Discovery will offer a treasure trove of insight into all of this, but we also know that Elon Musk is working hand in glove right now with the U.S. government, Doge, and what he's bringing up with USAID and everything like that. But we also know that Trump has taken it upon himself through executive order and other things that he said, and Pam Bondi, the current Attorney General, has said that they're gonna target corporations for having done this. And so with this discovery popping up, with Elon's influence there, and the U.S. government saying that they're going to go after these corporations for having done this, I mean, these two things could collide in a big way, where you have the U.S. government saying, oh, hey, this is evidence that was brought out in this case. Now we have the justification to go after you federally. It's interesting.
Indeed it is. Folks, we're going to continue to follow this. We will see where it goes. The trades, the Hollywood elites are very afraid of Elon Musk and Gina Carano, and the on the other side of it, they're sycophants on the far left. The wokies, they think it's no jokey. They are angry, and they are getting ready to perhaps get the torches. And well, we hope they don't cause any physical damage, but who knows? They may be out protesting in front of Pixar and Lucasfilm for Chapek 2.0 is Bob Iger now. You know, we must bid adieu for now, but folks, I encourage you, if you enjoyed this kind of video, well, we have plenty more and more on the way every single day. We do it for you. Check out the WDW Pro Channel and go click on videos. You can see the most recent ones and enjoy all the stuff we're talking about, and hopefully give us some feedback, because we would love to cater what we're doing for you. You are the consumer. You are our valued guest. It's how entertainment companies once upon a time treated the people who bought their stuff, and we're still doing it here. Folks, on the way out the door, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, as we get ready to say goodbye, we always say this because we think you indeed are special and matter. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian iced can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.